Welcome back, NASCAR fans, to NASCAR 4th Gear Racing. That the internet connection has returned back into one normal thing since we discontinued NASCAR lap times at the end of the month of November before Christmas break. And now we are back on action in NASCAR lap times. That word today, this is going to be the part 26 of the NASCAR 4th Gear Racing, and we're going to do this whatsoever for doing this. We're finishing in Sonoma. We just done here for all of the speedways we done here in Michigan, Charlotte Auto Club, Atlanta, Watkins Glen, Sonoma, Kentucky, Bristol, Talladega, Homestead, Miami, Darlington Raceway, Richmond, Daytona Road Course, as we never didn't able to be finishing for a run ourselves. The part 27 we're gonna be going here for once again, or something that we're gonna be going here for the first time. Pocono Raceway, original Daytona 500, Bank of America, Roeville, for some sort of Charlotte, the Talladega, or some sort of Chicago Speedway, Dover, Bristol, Texas, Martinsville, Nashville, Indianapolis, Phoenix, and Kansas City, or some sort of New Hampshire Speedway, Las Vegas, Kansas. What about Bristol? We have just done here already. And now let's get right here to Circuit of the Americas. Hopefully this is really hard to do this, and sometimes I could able to be teleported. It does work to teleport whatsoever. And probably the weather is all forecasted as well. Since the new year is over, we have our official lap times, and we should be able to do this once again. So, I remember the day that they just preview for this thing, and we probably making sure that we already drive the cars, as we already know this. And probably let's gonna be using the custom cars. Let's go into use the number 26 JPW. So we have already driven up this car. Let's go into find something else. Let's go for the number 33 car. We should be able to spawn like here. So Cindric is probably using for this car. So I'm probably gonna be using the number 7 car, and which is absolutely pretty perfect. I think this guy is going to be using for this car, so unfortunately we're going to be using the number 33 first. And I'm probably not sure we have already to do this, but I have never noticed we're going to be using the match of this car. And probably we have seen the volume, and because that update was completely to do this. And as you can see, the handling, it's still going to be running pretty good, and looks like we're going on to the roll. The acceleration is probably accelerating all the way to 118 miles an hour. So I have eventually started to be careful around here, and this isn't going to be making much more right to do this. So this feels going to be pretty awkward, and started to get corner cutting itself. And what did I just now think? It's too fast. I just making this thing too fast, but unfortunately, it seems it's absolutely started to get a little bit of trouble or something. So, we're back at NASCAR lap times, and things are starting to get a little bit trouble. According to smooth acceleration was not anymore, and probably it's going to be taking for a little bit of a while. This is the draft zone. And all the way to do this when I'm thinking. And when it's gonna be started to rain over here, and for this overcast, the weather is overcast already, that we just already said this. And what I just never able to be remembered, that I'm not sure that we started to forget something. It's gonna be pretty okay to do this. So I hopefully we're gonna be surviving in about 4 laps. So I'm not gonna be pretty wide to do this. Let's going for a flying lap is probably over, I guess. once the flying lap is over, let's start the lap times we have we guess. And the first off, we have to start slowing down beyond that line. And looks like it's time to guide over here. And start to drift all over the corner. Looks like we have to slow down by hitting the brakes. Can't be for just brake a little bit harder. All of this staff going on inside lane, which calls for a faster lap times as well. Almost overshot the corner, and we just completely able to climb all the way to the top. And looks like you see that corner, I may absolutely to start braking over the curbs and accelerate all the way to the top speed for to do this. So, looks like we're pretty good on speed, so to stay inside for a largest turn, of course, and then we have to brake 1 second of the curbs, and I think we just start for counting 1 second that hit the curbs already, and start braking 1 second earlier. So we have to do this, that we try to be careful over here, because we eventually overshot of that turn, and stay inside of that every corners to do this when you try to slow down, of course. And this is probably we're thinking about for just gonna be completely hard to do this, and not gonna be touching the white line as well, and we just did for a 1 lap. Of course, we're just gonna be doing in our 2nd lap. I'm probably very sure that we just start braking into the line. Let's just do this once again. And I cannot believe that the first results isn't going to be to do this as I say. Let's just brake a little. Oh, we just gonna be started too fast. Oh god, we just completely overshot. Did I just mention to get our first corner cutting as well? This is probably overshot is probably too much. Here it comes that I just gonna be completely brake early, 2 seconds off, and probably that was pretty late to do this. I think we're not gonna be very sure that we're so close to get into the finish. But I'm probably not sure that we're just completely slowing down in case of the internet connection isn't going to be pretty such as literally fast to do so. I'm not sure that the internet connection isn't rich fast, and this is going to be a cause of wasted time a little bit. So I'm probably not sure that we're going to be slowing down and try to beat Trixie, Rainbow Dash, or some sort of like this thing. Let's begin the 3rd lap. So this is our last 2 laps remaining, and we're not going to be doing this for a completed 1 time, and also not being so overshot to do this. Now start braking on this corner, and over here, so touch the curb. And it looks like this is gonna be a little bit perfect. Oh dear, this is a little bit hard. Unfortunately, this is more harder than I guess, and which is gonna be possibly not to do this. So start braking overall to do. Inside corner, we missed it, and we just jumped out of the corner, and probably we almost send it. So in a few attempts for to do this, for doing my best, this is not going to do for is what I just completely waste 1 second, and we're early. So after the curb hits to that corner and before the left turn, you have to wait for 1 second until you hold down the brakes, and you have sent it. Looks like it's gonna be making, oh dear, that's not gonna be pretty fast as always. I'm not going to look back. As you can see that I just completely looked back, and you have to go outside and doing for this turn, and probably we're making on this outside, and finally you have completed the lap, and this is going to be the final lap, and it looks like we're almost there by the end, and we're done. The turn is absolutely pretty devastating or something as well. It's still going to do this with good takes, and oh dear, we have to slow down, and we have already gonna be trying to send this a little bit slow. Of course, we'll be taking another turn. Oh dear, that was completely hard. We're gonna be doing this next time, and it's actually pretty hard to do this, and there must be another brake. You have to let go of the throttle, not use the brakes, which cause you can actually miss the target anyways. So this is probably going to be the end of this video. We're probably beating Twilight Sparkle on Formula E, and this is not going to be making to do this 1 second, and he's just going to be making over here. So you hit the curbs and start braking if 1 second is done. And probably I started to get a little bit did over here, and we just completely to do this for the other side, or some sort of completing a turn by stopping it really early to do this, because the best tip is we have to slow down the car so early and before the turn has come. So all 4 laps has been completed, and now let's see our results. I have driven Austin Cindric's vehicle using the number 33 car, and we're probably seeing for this final turns, and now this is about to start to get cooled down. I completely qualified or survived 4 laps in Circuit of the Americas, drifting around, and probably that should be it. And this is quite a bit for various fun to do this, but I say the final results of the lap times was pretty not perfect as well. Something isn't gonna be really perfect around here, since we have started to entering around the pits, but looks like we've seen around of this results. We didn't count a lap, but eventually it did, all around the pits as well. So looks like we got ourselves the fastest lap. If I just jump out of the vehicle, that will directly despawn the vehicle as well. So we have our final laps, or to do this, we have our current lap is 1 minute and 57, and the most fastest lap, and lap number 4 is 1:53.946, and that is gonna be pretty the fastest lap for to do this as well. And that should be the end of this video, and there is no podium for this track as well. So anyways, if you like to enjoy of this game, for probably that you're watching this, leave a like and subscribe and click that bell. Let me know down in the comments that the game is going to be linked in description, and tell me that the fastest lap is what is going to be your best going in to NASCAR 4th Gear Racing. And the game is linked in the description that I already said, and probably what is your best lap that you already did. Thanks for watching and for always support NASCAR fans, and I'll be see you in another video that I'll be signing off for to do this. And I'm gonna be see you mini lads all later.